Hey everyone, it's me, Chris from Body Nova Fitness Coaching. And I wanted to talk to you today because this is one of your most critical factors for success. And a lot of people this time of year, people are still working on their New Year's resolutions. They want to lose fat, they want to transform their bodies, gain muscle, gain strength, whatever the heck it is. You know, this is going to be one of your most critical factors for success. So, with that in mind, I have a question for you. What does Rulon Gardner, Buster Douglas, the 1994 Denver Nuggets, the 1980 Olympic hockey team, and let's throw in there the 1983 NC State men's basketball team. What do all of those guys have in common? All right. Well, if you didn't know, they are some of the largest upsets in the history of sports. Okay, so now what that has to do with your fitness goals and how that ties in is a simple factor like this. In order to pull off a task like that, an accomplishment like that is you have to have, or those athletes have to have very high self-efficacy. All right. Now, I know that's probably an unfamiliar expression to people or anything like that, but what self-efficacy it is your ability, is believing your ability to complete a task. So you're building, really believing that that Russian that has never lost before is beatable. Believing that being the Denver Nuggets and being an eighth seed in the Western Conference playoffs could actually beat the number one seed Seattle Supersonics. Buster Douglas, the odds against him 42-1, but he really believed he was up to that task, and he did the work. And 42-1 pays well. They got the special on ESPN if you want to look more into that. But anyway, where that ties in to your fitness is those when you're trying to transform your body, if it's lose weight, even when it's overcome, learning, problems with learning and things like that, those with the highest self-efficacy are most likely to succeed. And there's reasons for that because the obstacles, any way you're trying to improve yourself, there's going to be obstacles, there's going to be things that get in your way, there's going to be things that are not going to go smoothly. And if the higher your self-efficacy, the higher your belief is that you'll get it done, so you're less likely to pack it in and call it a day. All right, you won't fold like a cheap suit. You're going to push through. You can try to get your fitness goals. So there was two types of self-efficacy in the studies. There was self-efficacy with your eating and self-efficacy with exercise. So either way you believe you can carry out those behaviors or your macros or your calorie intake or whatever, you can eat like that and get to your goals, or the exercises, follow out your workout plan and, to help you get to your goals. So where that comes into play is, it builds their confidence. So with that being said, let's find out some of the ways that are building confidence here or building self-efficacy. One is through action planning and goal setting. So you find out your why. Okay, why do I want to do this? Okay, this is why I want to do this. I'm going to do this. This is the goal. A SMART goal. We can get into that: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, timely. You get to your goal. You get your goals, and then you put together the actions that you're going to need to get to that goal. So am I going to work out 3 days a week? I'm going to work out 4 days a week. This is how hard I'm going to work out. I'm going to do this much cardio. I'm going to eat this many calories or these macros or whatever the case may be. So you're setting your goals and you're setting up whatever behaviors you need to do to build success. And as you're accomplishing them, or later on we're going to learn about mastery. As you're mastering those tasks, your confidence builds, your self-efficacy builds. So that is one. The other they were mentioning in research is you want to celebrate your victories. Okay, the thing with that is, they're saying that yes, you want to celebrate your victories. Yes, you definitely want to every step forward. That's a good thing, and you want to celebrate that. But the only problem with that is you can't do it with food. All right, because losing 10 pounds and eating a cheesecake didn't work out too well for a lot of the people. So you may not want to go down that path because that was not recommended. All right, feedback and instruction. So you want to see how you're doing towards that goal. You need to see how you're doing toward that goal. So you need to know if you need to step up your efforts or whatever, or if your behaviors aren't going to get you by, and how you need to act, in order to get that goal. So with feedback, that could be just doing a tape measure with circumference measurements. That can be stepping on the scale, taking pictures, taking your selfie, flexing your muscles, or just comparing how much body fat you have on your body, or your muscle tone, and see if that increases. But whatever it is, you need that feedback to make sure that the way that you're going about your goals is the right way. It's kind of like a checks and a balance here. That instruction, sometimes you're getting help. Either you're getting it from your workout partner, you're getting it from friends, you're getting it from your significant other, maybe even the coach. You get some professional help, but you want to make sure that your workout programs do what they're supposed to do. Your eating program, it's not too much or too little, or if something isn't working, what you need to fix, what might be the smartest thing to fix. But you need that instruction also, and that feedback. Okay, these next two, balance, and it can't be too easy. So what they're saying with the research, definitely it can't be too easy. If it's too easy, your confidence is false. All right, so what happens when those obstacles that are coming are hit? They tend to hit you harder because everything is coming easy to you. So if I'm playing basketball and I'm only playing basketball with kindergartners, and I think that I'm a good basketball player because I could beat every freaking kindergartner on the planet, that's gonna be a false confidence. Because when I go play with some real basketball players, they're gonna make me look real bad, and I'm gonna be ashamed of myself for thinking that. So and be discouraged from trying to become a better basketball player. So that would be it. But it also have a balance between realistic and the level that you try to where you put yourself at. So I can't aim too high. I can't go from those kindergartners and then immediately think I'm going to go and dunk on LeBron. I might have to go from kindergartners to seventh graders, and maybe seventh graders some high schoolers, and then high schoolers to college players. And work my way up in levels. So every level conquering a bigger devil. Okay, but I can't aim too high, because if you aim too high, when you fail, you're more discouraged. So that's what that research was saying. But you gotta have balance. You can't aim too low, but you also can't aim too high. All right. So when we talk about how you build your self-efficacy, there's modeling and modeling behaviors. You're basically following the example of someone else. There's somebody else. They used to be like you, and they got into great shape. And that's a modeling behavior. And if you can talk to them and ask questions and get advice, and it's almost as like if they tell you the truth and they give you good advice, it's almost like they're clearing a path to you because they did it and you know how they did it. So it is now easier for you to believe that you can do it. All right. Another example: 2 movies, Wonder Woman, Black Panther. Women haven't seen a female superhero that they can identify with. And neither has Black Panther. A lot of people can identify with Black Panther and how he solved problems and what he did to solve problems, and their culture and things like that. So people identify with that. So the way that they solve problems, it gives them insight into how to do something similar. And because that path is cleared for them, even though this isn't real, but they believe their path is cleared for them, they believe they can go down that same path to success. So it raises their self-efficacy. So they'll push harder. They'll push harder through the tough times. Okay, having the right people around you. I couldn't say enough about this one, because simple fact that, you know, when you go out to eat, for example, I had clients that would go out to eat and their friends wouldn't compromise, or they would know they're on a bad diet, they're on a diet and trying to lose weight, and instead of, you know, encouraging them to keep on plan or going a place where they could both eat, you know, what they want to eat, you know, it's always no, you have to eat, um, you know, eat the bad foods or eat foods that are not recommended for you. You have to break your diet in order to kick it with me, so I don't really give a damn about your goals. Or somehow deep down, you succeeding makes me feel some sort of way, makes me maybe jealous, you know, envious, or shines a light on me, you know, because I should be able to do something similar, you know, or I should be strong enough to do something similar. And you don't need that around you. You just need to be focused on your goals and have the right people around you. Sometimes I'd have people that would always remind me that when I was in a bad place, and I didn't need those reminders. You know, that messed me up. It was easier for me to just push that aside and focus what I needed to do to get out of there than to have someone always reminding me. So with those people, I had to limit my conversations with them, you know, because they would destroy, you know, or lower my confidence in myself. So having the right people around you is very important. You know, you want people that'll help you get there or hold you accountable or keep you on task instead of trying to derail you. All right? Mastery, and that goes hand in hand with your goal setting, your feedback, and instruction, because as you're learning how to what is your formula for success, as you're, you know, setting goals, and as you get a little bit of success and you've mastered what you need to get to success, you can move on to the next level, and that'll lead to more success, because you believe in yourself. And you know, every level you're conquering a bigger devil, you know, and that builds your self-esteem and your self-efficacy. So you're further believing that you can achieve if you had your proper planning and your goal setting, and you have all these other things lined up, you know, and you stay on task and everything is going well. So mastery is a big deal for you. So again, you really want to, you know, if whatever your goals is, if you know you fall into the trap of maybe talking in a way that may be negative, to yourself, that might display no confidence. You might need to reprogram that self, or reprogram the way that you talk. You might have to write yourself little reminders of your goals, or what you want to do, and the behaviors that you need to have, so you'll act the right way. Also, you'll want to, how can I put it? You might want to work on yourself, your confidence, your everything. While you're trying to work on that body, work on your mind also. Whether it's overreacting in a stressful situation, whatever it is, you know what it is, and you know what you need, and how important building this is. So you might want to go through some of the ways of building that, and believing in yourself, because those who believe achieve. So if you have any other questions or anything like that, feel free to message me or inbox me, and I'll get to them right away. Thanks a lot.